So it looks like, as expected, all these teaser trailers of Vespid and Scions heading towards the fight has culminated in one of Games Workshop's fast-paced action set pieces and cinematic trailers. Kind of similar to the Orcs vs Deathcore of Krieg one, we've got Scions and Vespid facing off in a brutal battle to control a super weapon gun platform, and there's a few tantalising new teasers as to the new models that are going to be unveiled tomorrow. Jumping straight into the trailer, and it starts with a quote: "There are times when the thunder of 1,000 guns does nothing to shake failure's grasp. It is in these moments when defeat seizes the horizon that victory lies with the lives of a chosen few." All that's attributed to a segmentum Marshal Odin Arolis, with a menacing look at an enormous great big planetary defense cannon dwarfing the spires and statues of an Imperial city. Coming in hot towards that, dropped into the action, is a little remote turret Sentry gun, smashing through the terrain to lay down fire on a whole bunch of Tau Pathfinders, several of which get laid low by the firepower of that hotshot volley gun on the turret, eventually leaving just the one of them alive, taking cover behind some ruins, but not for too long. Dropping in to take down the Tau, without too much surprise here, we have a whole squad of Tempestus Scions, jump pack like grav shoots, deploying them into the action. A squad of 4 of them here, mainly armed with hotshot lasguns, the leader in a beret. You can see that massive gun firing in the background there. They do some scans for some more enemies. It looks like they find some signs of hostiles in the tunnels or loading bays or things below that great big gun, opening some sort of access hatch or something, and then dropping in to continue their descent and seek out more of the Tau hostiles. Looks like it's a pretty cavernous expanse below this great big planetary defense gun, and they land on the walkways and things beneath, readying their weapons and things to try and take down incoming enemy hostiles. They don't have long to wait on that front, as they're immediately beset by Vespid, the sniper rifle dropping one of the first ones before they can attack, and there's this pretty cool cinematic of the Tempestor dispatching one Vespid and then blasting the next one in slow motion with the hotshot las pistol. The Vespid waste no time in laying to the rest of the squad though with their neutron blasters. One appears to have got their hands on some rail rifle technology, laying low the Tempestor there I think, and inflicts a whole bunch of casualties on the Scions. Then to add insult to injury, another Vespid takes aim at some explosive barrels, triggering a great explosion and grievously injuring many Scions, with just this one heroic guy left with his arm blown off, still not giving in to the Xenos, and readying his lasgun for one last volley against the oncoming Vespid, and the screen cuts to black, and we're left with the message that the stakes just got higher. Pretty fun stuff, and then the trailer basically leaves us with a slow-mo intro of the Warhammer 40k Kill Team logo, tactical skirmish combat in the 41st millennium. Overall, I feel like the trailer was a pretty fun one. Nice, short and simple, and action-packed. A few quite cool exchanges of firepower there. Always nice to see things like interesting Tau weapons, hotshot lasguns, and power swords in action. And of course, dead fun to see a bit of new equipment on these guys. And there's a few details that are particularly interesting and kind of give away new models. As we know, all this is to do with Games Workshop's Kill Team launch, a big build-up over the past few weeks with a couple of animated teaser trailers and some lore teaser articles. It's been a bit of an open secret now that the launch set is Jump Scions vs Vespid, and it appears that the split release dates that they talked about before was that they were indeed dropping the animated trailer on Friday, and then it sounds like we're going to have the full reveal with all the model options and everything else on the next day. As we saw earlier, basically Games Workshop already posted some of the Scion models early, though it's very much still a teaser as we don't have the full squad or any of the Vespid yet. For interesting details from the trailer though, often in Kill Team, the teams come with little additional models added in. It looks like the Scions will get one of these to deploy. Looks like it's a little gun servo shrine gizmo, basically a hotshot volley gun mounted onto an Imperial style sentry gun that apparently from the trailer, as we can see, can be dropped in from high altitudes. I guess in gameplay it might be a little bit less accurate than the rest of the Scions, if it is basically an automatic gun, but I guess could add a little bit of anti-elite firepower to the squad. It still seems that there will be beret options for the heads in the squad as well, at least judging by the squad's Tempestor, who issued the sort of goggled, tactical type Scion helm for the beret option. Otherwise, aside from the jump packs that we'd already seen, most of the Scions were armed with fairly standard kit. Looked like the Tempestor had a power sword option, and then also there was a hotshot sniper type rifle. I guess this one will be kind of similar to the marksman style rifle that the Kazakin have access to. Otherwise, from the Vespid's part, we basically already had them confirmed as the other kill team, given the teaser trailer that we saw of them rushing past. These guys are the Stingwings, insectoid alien auxiliaries of the Tau Empire. And it looks like their Tau Empire benefactors have given them a bunch of interesting technology with which to fight with. One of them is quite clearly holding a rail rifle, which is basically the same sort of weapon as the Pathfinders get, so some pretty fearsome firepower there, even if it probably won't be all that accurate if it's on the move. It looks like another one had some sort of grenade launcher type weapon. That was the thing that detonated those barrels in the teaser trailer, though the gun does have the appearance of what looks like an air-bursting fragmentation projector that you can get on some of the battlesuits. So maybe it might be that. I don't know if it might be slightly taking liberties with the way that it might fire in the reveal trailer. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the Tau tech, but I would have guessed that would have fired sort of a fragmentation weapon as opposed to a pulse blast type thing. I did notice that there seems to be the Vespid strain leader in attendance as well. I'd guess that this is probably the new version of the communication helm that they can have. The sort of slightly sinister device that the Tau Ethereals built to communicate with the Vespid. At least that's the on-paper excuse. It was noted that when the Vespid leaders started donning communication helms, they seem to be completely and entirely on board with every facet of the Ethereal's rules and the greater good. Just another example of the Tau Empire just being a little bit sinister behind the scenes. As mentioned previously, earlier today Games Workshop had updated their website and posted a bunch of pictures of the Scions, though I think they've taken them down now. Only really a teaser of the unit, given that they've only shown us a few of the ones with the hotshot lasguns, but in general the internet reaction to these has been really quite good. Not messing around too much with the design, kind of similar to the previous ones that we had, maybe with a little bit more fine detail and things, and really quite a nice looking colour scheme. Obviously the main talking point for these are the sort of grav shoot jump pack type things. I did notice that in the article, Games Workshop did refer to them as grav shoots as opposed to jump packs, and in the trailer we didn't actually see any of the Scions use them to actually take off or jump anywhere, I don't think. I believe that we only saw them used to slow descent, so it might just literally be that this is the way that the Scions jump into battle now. So I don't know whether or not it's actually going to increase their speed in game or not, as most people had assumed that they might just from the look of them. In any case, the design of them is really quite similar to the Elysian style grav shoots that they had before, and they are modelled in a similar sort of way to how Games Workshop does a bunch of other jump pack type units, a few of them hopping off rusty pipes and bits of terrain and things as they do with things like the jump intercessors. I suppose that could still represent them more sort of alighting on the ground though, as opposed to jumping into the air. Otherwise, for design features, there's no power cords to most of the hotshot lasguns. They've almost got a sort of like drum barrel big battery on their lasguns. And in general, their armor style is pretty similar to the previous Tempestus Scions. At the moment, it's still not 100% clear whether or not they're going to be an updated kit on the previous current ones that we have, or whether they're going to be another option to go alongside. I think it would be kind of cool if the Guard both got access to regular Scions and sort of jump infantry versions, but I guess we'll wait and see on that front. Otherwise though, I'm sure we've got many more Scions to see with a whole bunch of fancy equipment, and it will be nice to see what the actual Vespid models look like when they're not in an animated form. From the reveal trailer it looks like the communication helm has changed in style a little bit. The neutron blasters are kind of similar to how they were before, and I guess we'll have options for that rail rifle and possibly air bursting fragmentation projector, maybe some other specialists in the squad knowing kill team, and fingers crossed it'll be a big plastic box worth of 10 of them. Generally, if jump pack troops tends to come in actual box sets of 10 as opposed to box sets of 5, it does mean that the price per model of them is lower. In any case though, I quite enjoyed the short and sweet action-packed trailer. Let me know what you think of it, and what are your hopes and fears for the rest of the Scions and the Vespid unit. Will you be tempted to pick up this Operation Hivestorm box set of Scions vs Vespid when it comes out? Let me know your thoughts, or if there's any other details that I might have missed down in the comments below. Look forward to hearing all your thoughts and ideas. Feel free to subscribe to Auspex Tactics if you'd like to see more like this. I'll certainly keep the regular 40k videos coming. I'll hopefully aim to cover the reveal show in full tomorrow. Finally, if you have been enjoying all the videos on the channel, I would just like to mention that Auspex Tactics does have a Patreon page as well, if you'd like to support these videos and help keep them coming. Channel patrons do get a fair few advantages, seeing certain videos early, regular votes to see what sort of things happen next on the channel, and automatic entry into the regular prize giveaways with a chance to win some big model kits each month. If any of that sounds good to you, or you'd just like to help support, the link is down in the video description. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.